Welcome back to Chelsea Talks Podcast Season 2. I'm Grayson Smith, and I'm your host. This is my co-host
Charlotte Malone.
and our guest.
Hey, I'm Miss Harig.
Today, we're going to start off by asking a few questions. What college did you go to, Miss Harig?
College, I went to Alabama. Roll Tide. Roll Tide, roll. I went during the glory days with Nick Saban. It was awesome.
What made you go to Alabama? Like, what did you like about them?
It's a really weird story how I got down there. I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, so very, very north, but I'm not an Ohio State fan. And I just really wanted big football, big college. My dad at the time when I was in high school was working in Atlanta, Georgia, and I actually really thought I was going to go to UGA, and I can't believe I'm saying that. But I was looking at Alabama, Georgia, and Auburn, and I really just loved Alabama, loved the campus. I went for music, so I loved the clarinet professor there, and it just worked out. Went to Alabama. Once I graduated, I just stayed in Alabama, so that's kind of how I ended up here.
Are you getting ready to watch the college football
I
with
will.
Alabama?
I will be there. Yes. So we have season tickets. So I'm at just about every home game. And I'm actually going up to Wisconsin too when they play up in Madison in a couple weeks. So we're gonna go up there and see them play too.
Yes,
So I'm really excited.
If you were a superhero, who would you be?
Oh my gosh. It would be cool to fly, I think. So I guess Superman flies. I don't watch a lot of superhero movies, but I guess Superman would be cool. Superwoman.
What would you be, Charlotte?
I don't really know. It depends.
It might be like Batman. You know,
It'd
that
be
would
cool. We've got lots of cool gadgets and stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
When did you find out that you wanted to pursue music?
Probably in middle school and high school. I was in band and choir since about fifth or sixth grade. Fifth grade is when I joined band. And I just really, really loved being a part of it. And it's a team activity similar to a sport because, you're all working together to reach a common goal, whether you're in a band, a choir, a music ensemble like that. And I loved my band director in middle school. And one day he's like, I have the best job ever. I get to make music with kids every day. I was like, I think I like that. So I would start kind of like helping out at summer band camps and doing things like that. And I just always kind of knew I wanted to do music appreciation. Music education. I teach music appreciation. I always wanted to be a music ed major.
What instrument did you play in band?
Clarinet. So clarinet since fifth grade, but then in middle school, I started also playing the saxophone in jazz band and marching band. So I actually do both.
Sweet or salty foods?
I know this is really generic, but I have to say both. I absolutely love both. First, I'll eat something sweet, and then I'll be like, I need something salty now. So I love both.
Yeah. Like if I have a salty snack, then it's like I need something to
Like sweet to balance it out.
something sweet.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite snack though?
I love popcorn. Like Skinny Pop is my jam.
too.
I could probably eat a whole bag of that.
Do you have a favorite TV show?
I love shows like The Office and Parks and Recreation and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If you go in my classroom, I have some posters with quotes from The Office like on my desk and stuff. So I really love that show. It's classic. It's great.
When did you decide that you were going to work at Chelsea Middle School?
So this was always kind of the goal for me to work at this school. I moved to Chelsea, I think 8 years ago now. And I moved in with my now husband. And so he lived in Chelsea. That's kind of how I got here. And I was interviewing for jobs all summer. I think I interviewed at 5 or 6 band and choir jobs in Shelby County schools. And I got a job at Vincent Middle High School down 280. So I was at Vincent for 3 years. I did choir, band, and one year I actually taught a broadcasting class, kind of like this. But the goal was always, though, just to work here because it's so close to home. I've always wanted to work in the community that I live in, and it's really, really cool that, the students, that these are my neighbors, this is our community, I love being part of this. So it was always kind of the goal. I wanted to be here. So I was at Vincent for 3 years, then I had saw a choir job opened up here, and I was like, well, I'm more of a band person, but I might as well just go for it. Who knows? And then I was so happy I got the job. They offered it to me. And so I'm starting my 4th year here at Chelsea Middle School now.
I used to play the trombone in 6th grade, but
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
then I heard that the career explorations class and the facts class was really good.
Yeah,
I
so
wanted
you
to
had
try
Miss
it out.
Rizzo, right?
Oh, yes,
Is that her
ma'am.
last year? Yeah. Yeah, she's awesome. We love Miss Lyon too. Love it. I love band, love music. I love all of this stuff. I think it's all just great to be part of something.
Before choosing your occupation, what did you want to be like when you were a kid?
Oh gosh, I kind of always wanted to be a teacher. I used to make my little sister and our neighbor play school, and I would be the teacher, and I would make worksheets for them to do on my dad's computer, and I would make them do worksheets, and I would grade them, and so I pretty much always knew I wanted to be a teacher.
I used to do that with my grandparents all the time.
You made your grandparents do worksheets.
I've always wanted to be an engineer.
That's so cool. My dad's an engineer, mechanical engineer. He works with nuclear power plants.
My dad's an engineer. He's a civil engineer.
Nice. Okay, yeah, like construction and like building. That's awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
Very cool.
What do you like to do in your free time, like hobbies and stuff?
I love trivia. I actually have a part-time job hosting trivia. So I host team trivia at a local brewery, and it's every Tuesday, and it's super fun. And I also love to play trivia myself. So you go and they just ask, it's random questions, generic stuff, because I know a lot of useless random things, and sometimes it comes in handy. So I love playing trivia because you get to learn stuff, and it's fun, and I don't know. So yeah, I have a part-time job. I host trivia every week.
That's cool.
For the guests, would you like to sing your favorite song line?
Oh my gosh, I'm not warmed up yet. It's only 8 in the morning.
Yes,
Not
ma'am.
warmed up yet.
Well, what is your favorite song line then?
That the choir's done, or just like in general?
Just in general.
Oh my gosh, that's a very hard question. It's hard to think of a line. I don't know. Growing up, I always loved classic rock. My dad listened to that a lot, and so I love oldies. I love like Motown and classic rock and stuff. I always liked the song Layla by Derek and the Dominoes, Eric Clapton. That's always been one of my favorite songs. But ones that the choir has sung, I think my favorite song we did, one was last year. It was called How Can I Keep From Singing? And it was a gospel style song. And the lines just resonated really well with me. It said like, no storm can shake my inmost calm. How can I keep from singing? And so like, if you think about it, like even if there's a storm happening, there's something going on, life is rough, like you can still sing and music is there and there's still something to give you hope and look forward to. I don't know, like that just kind of like stuck with me. Even though times are tough, like how can I not sing, So I don't know, that one kind of like hit me real deep.
Do you have a favorite sport?
I love to watch football. I don't play many sports, but love to watch football. I'm in 3 fantasy football leagues, so I pay attention to that, but love college football, love the atmosphere of that.
I like college football more than pro football.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I feel like because pros, it's like it's all about the money. Give me my money. But like, now though with the NIL stuff in college, I feel like it's like NFL junior. So I don't know. I feel like there's kind of a shift, but it's a ton of fun. I love going to college football games. Just the atmosphere, playing for your school. It's just a ton of fun.
I like the UFL also with the Birmingham Stallions.
Yes. Okay. So from Cleveland, Ohio, Canton, Ohio is where the NFL Pro Football Hall of Fame is. And 2 years ago when the UFL championship was there, I was visiting my parents in Ohio. And so we went to the Stallions game in Cleveland and saw them win their championship, or in Canton. So it was really cool. So I got to see them win their championship.
I went to the semifinals game.
Okay.
It was the day before my birthday, too.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I loved seeing Bo Scarborough from Bama play for them. And Shark Dog, Scooby. He was cool. I liked him.
How long have you been teaching?
I'm in my 10th official year, sort of 11. There was a year when I moved from Tuscaloosa up here to Chelsea that I interviewed for a bunch of jobs but did not get a full-time job, so I actually subbed that year. And I was a long-term sub for actually Miss Lyon when she was at Leeds. I was her long-term maternity leave sub for when she had her second baby. So I actually met her a long time ago. I was her sub, and then I subbed around Leeds for a year. So I was still in the classroom, still kind of teaching, but it still kind of kept me sharp, kept me on my toes. And then that's when I interviewed around Shelby County schools, got a job at Vincent. So sort of 11, but 10 full years in the school.
What's your favorite type of choir, like show choir? And
So this is
everything
my
like that?
first year doing a show choir. I'm really excited for it, but it is very new. So we're I'm learning, and we're all kind of going on this new journey together. I'm really excited. We ordered our sparkly blue dresses, and the guys have like a sparkly vest and bow tie. And so, we're going to give them the old razzle dazzle. And I just turned in the music to our choreographer. So she's going to, make a routine for us for our Christmas concert. One of our songs will have a routine to it. And then in the spring, more of our songs. So we're going to kind of start a little slow because we're all doing this together for the first time. But I'm really excited. It's going to be fun.
Yes, Mom. What's your favorite movie?
I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I love the Harry Potter movies.
I like Harry Potter too. That's a great series too.
I grew up reading the books. I went to a lot of the midnight premieres for the books when they came out. I was like that Harry Potter generation. So I went to a lot of the book premieres at midnight, movie premieres at midnight, and those are like my comfort movies. I just love them.
Why did you decide to go to Alabama?
So just kind of coming from Ohio with my dad working in Georgia, I kind of like just wanted to come to the South, and looked at Georgia, looked at Auburn, looked at Alabama, and I loved Alabama the most, and yeah, I've stayed here since I graduated, so I've been down here now quite a long time.
Okay,
I want to go to UAB.
Oh yeah, Blazers, they're awesome. UAB is a really good school.
Yes, Mom.
And Protective Stadium, the new stadium down there is so nice.
Yes, Mom. The Stallions play there too. So
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, what field trips are you expecting to go on this year?
Well, we are planning our big spring trip. Band and choir are going to Disney this year. So last year we went to Dollywood and like Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge. This year we are going to Disney. So I'm super excited for that. Last time I went, I was in college, so it's been a long time. I really want to see like the Star Wars world and all that new stuff, Galaxy's Edge. So we're doing that this year for our big 7th and 8th grade field trip, but some smaller ones. I know we're definitely going to see the musical that the high school is doing in November. They're doing Beauty and the Beast, their drama club. So I love taking the choir and the band kids to see that. Because it's really great to support art in your community and music and students, in the arts and everything. And also, it's just really cool to see it's something they could be a part of when they get to the high school. So we're definitely going to go see that.
Yes, Mom. What are your expectations for this year's choir?
We want to sound awesome, look awesome, and I think, choir, we're doing some really, really great things at Chelsea Middle School, and I just want the world to see that. I say this all the time at my concerts, but I just feel like music and the arts are so important in a school, in a community, and I think they're just as important as things like athletics and STEM and things like that. Like, everybody has their thing that they want to be a part of, and for some people it's robotics, some people it's stuff like this, some people it's sports, some people it's music. And I just feel like the kids in music should get the same, recognition and support as athletics and all the other things, because it's just so great. Music is wonderful. It's one of the best things in the whole world, and I'm so lucky that I get to do that every day for my job. I just want the world to see that.
I love listening to the music. It's like, it gives me chills. Like, it's so...
The band or choir or like all of it, or just like...
All of it. It's like...
Yeah.
Going to also the football games. And
Oh yeah,
showing the band
like
and
if a
everything.
football game without a marching band is not the same, So like, it plays such an important role, I think, and I want people to, just see all the awesome stuff that we're doing, because we got kids working really, really hard, and the world should see what we're doing.
My brother's in the high school marching.
Nice.
band.
What does he play?
Trombone.
Okay, I love the trombone. Yeah, very cool.
Do you have a favorite quote, like, that you would want people to know?
Oh man, that is a tough one. This is so cliche, and it's not really like a quote from a person, but I fully believe everything happens for a reason, even if you can't see it for years to come. The year after I graduated college, actually, I interviewed for a job back in Ohio, like in my hometown. And I was like, oh, this is going to be so great. I know the people on the interview board. It's the school I went to when I was in middle school. Oh, this is going to be so great. I can live at home, save money. Like, I had this all planned out in my head, and I was devastated when I did not get that job up in Ohio. But life works in mysterious ways. That made me then stay down here in Alabama. I got my first jobs here, and then I, met my now husband. Then I was at Vincent. Now I'm here. So like it all finds a way to work out, even if you don't see it for a long time. So you just kind of have to trust like the path that you're on, and you face hardships and you go through failures and stuff that in the long run I think will make you better and put you where you're supposed to be.
Thankful to have you here at Chelsea Middle School.
Well, thank you. I love it. I love this school. We've got some awesome kids. I've got fabulous coworkers and colleagues. We have wonderful admin here. And I love being here. I think I told Miss Cruz, God willing, I'm staying here till I retire. So I just love it. And thank you guys for having me on your podcast today.
Yes, ma'am.
What's your the favorite song your choir is going to sing this year and so far?
I don't really have the music picked out just yet. As a choir director, I don't like to pick out music until I meet the students and kind of see what their abilities are. Because sometimes you may have a song in mind, but it may not fit the group that you have or be the right voicing. So I haven't really picked out a lot of music yet this year. I have some ideas of things we may want to do, but I haven't bought a lot of music yet because I'm still kind of see how we work together as a group and kind of what our sound is going to be and everything.
I never really thought about that. Different music matches, different groups.
Yeah.
Stuff.
And in my mind, I can be like, oh, we're going to sing this. And just maybe when you see that group, what are the vibes like? Do you have boys that can sing the boys' part? Are their voices changed? Are their voices unchanged? That's a huge thing people don't think about in middle school choir, So I try not to pick out music before I actually get to know my students. And we do voice testing where they sing in groups at the piano in front of me just so I can hear their voice a little better and, get to kind of know their sound. And then I can kind of pick music based on that.
That makes sense. The younger kids, they might have lighter voices and
Yeah.
higher voices.
Yeah,
But
I've got some boys who can sing super low, and then some who can sing high and low, and just both. So I try not to pick music before I meet my students. So.
Yes, ma'am. That's really nice. Yeah. Do you have pets, and if so, what's your favorite?
I am a very proud dog mom of 2. They are the best boys in the whole world. I have Baxter and Jordy, and they're Shih Tzu Poodle mixes, so they're really small and cute and fluffy, and they are the light of my life.
My dad, he had a dog when he grew up. His name was Baxter.
Oh, love a Baxter. Yeah, so Baxter I got, and then Nick, my husband, and I, we got Jordy together. He's named after Jordy Nelson of the Green Bay Packers.
Yes, ma'am. You like watching, what's your favorite professional sport to watch? Is it mostly college, though?
I love college football, so I cheer for Bama. For NFL, I'm from Cleveland, so I always hope the Browns do well. My husband's from Green Bay, Wisconsin, so I like to cheer for them too. And I like to just follow where a lot of Alabama players have gone. So, and playing fantasy football also helps me pay attention to NFL football more, because then I'll be like, oh, I hope this guy does well, or let me watch his game because I have him on my team. So it's mostly football. I do watch a little baseball. Basketball I don't love because I can't stand the sound of the squeaky sneakers on the floor. I can't. I hate watching it for that reason. But no, I love watching football. It's a ton of fun. That's one I probably know the most about.
I like watching basketball.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
It's great. It's a fast-paced game, but the sneakers, the sound, I can't.
Yeah, it just makes
It bothers me. It makes me cringe.
It's unsatisfying.
And the rules are so confusing sometimes when it's one free throw and when it's 2 and when it's I don't know. But I do like to watch March Madness. It is fun to make a bracket. I don't understand all the rules of basketball, but March Madness is fun.
I feel like I have such a good bracket in March Madness, but then it's how did this team lose? How did
I
this
know.
team win?
I know.
All
I
the
always
time.
just Bama win it all. And I mean, they actually went far this year. They made the Final Four, so it was good.
I think I picked UAB to win one game,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not a very biased person, but
Mm-hmm.
but I do like them a lot.
Oh
you know?
yeah, it's a ton of fun.
Yes, ma'am. My parents are going to the UAB first game of the season tonight.
Okay, who do they play? Do you know?
Alcorn State.
Okay, and is
But,
that in Alabama? I don't know.
Yes, ma'am. It's at
Okay.
UAB.
No. Where's Alcorn State?
Oh, they're from Mississippi.
Okay. Yeah, Alabama plays Western Kentucky this week, so it's like a small game, and so is next week. But then their first big game is when they play Wisconsin.
If you would travel anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Oh gosh. I think it would be really cool to go to Egypt and see the pyramids. That would be really, really neat just because they've been around for so long. But I love, like, Europe is cool. I have been to a couple countries over there before. And when I was younger, I did go to Australia and New Zealand, but I was only 14. So I would love to go back now as an adult and I could, like, do more and see more things. I went with a group that I was performing with, so it was cool, but again, we were young, we didn't even have like iPhones yet, so like I would love to go back as an adult so I could do more. But it's really, really cool down there. I like seeing other cultures, and it's really fun to experience that.
Have you ever wondered how they built the pyramids?
Oh my gosh, my husband has theories. He thinks it was the aliens and all this crazy, but no, it's crazy. They've been around so long, and they're just so fascinating. I don't know. It's crazy, and I don't know. Like, we don't totally know for sure. I don't know, but they'd be really cool to see.
Yes, ma'am. Have you ever had any setbacks in your career?
Maybe a little. The year that I did move from Tuscaloosa up here to Chelsea, when I did interview for some jobs, and did not get a full-time job that year, and I was, hoping to get a job, but it kind of worked out that I got the long-term band sub position, and then I just kind of kept subbing around Leeds Middle School that year, so it kept me in the classroom, but that was kind of a little disheartening because, when you try out for something or go out for something, if you don't get it, it can be disappointing. But so, again, it all works itself out eventually. It kind of worked out, though. That was the year that we were planning our wedding, so it was kind of nice. I didn't have to work full time because, like, as the sub, I didn't have to like grade papers and do all that stuff. Like, I just went in and helped the kids or supervised them. So it was kind of nice, though. I didn't have to do a ton of extra work, but it still kept me in the room and in a school and stuff. So, but it was weird, like, not teaching that year. It was weird not having a full time job.
Yes, ma'am. That makes sense.
Yeah. But I have a lot of respect for subs because I have done it. I have been there. It is not easy to be a substitute teacher. So mad respect for them.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
Oh, gosh. I think a little bit of both. I definitely can be really, like, talkative and outgoing sometimes, but if I do that too much, like, I also am a huge homebody. Like, I like to be home by 9 o'clock. Like, I want to go to bed. I even have this coaster, and it's funny, and it says, like, please leave by 9. Like I like socializing. I like going out and doing stuff, but I also at the same time am very, like, I just want to sit at home with my dogs and chill. Like, I don't know. So I guess both.
Personally, I'm an extrovert, but I like during the summer how we can do fun things and stuff.
Yeah.
But then it's like I miss my friends and I miss talking to a lot of
Sometimes you
people.
miss like a routine too and seeing them every day. I know during the summer, like, I miss my teacher friends. Like, we'll go weeks without seeing each other because you're used to seeing them every day here. So
Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm probably like a little bit of both too.
I feel like a lot of people are because, like, your social battery can only go on for so long before you do have to, like, recharge it. But I get that.
Like, when I'm studying, I like being around with my family while studying rather than just like being in my room.
Yeah, if I'm alone, I get distracted by stuff too easily. So I don't know. I don't know. But, like, yeah, I'm a bit of both, I guess.
What's your favorite soda?
Oh, man. I do like a Coke Zero. Coke Zero is pretty good. Sometimes I like to get an orange soda from McDonald's, like the orange Fanta. I don't know. Just, it's good.
I know I like Starry.
I haven't tried that.
That's soda. It's like sponsored by the
Oh,
NBA
yeah.
or something.
Okay.
I like it.
It's like that lemon lime. It's like Sprite, but not
Yeah, it's
Sprite.
like
Basically,
Sprite.
it's like, okay.
It tastes like Sprite and Mountain Dew almost combined.
When I was growing up in the 90s, they had some really crazy sodas. Like, there was one that came out called Surge, and it was lime green. It was like, I don't know if it was around before Mountain Dew or if it was like a precursor to that, but, like, that one was really crazy. And then they had all these crazy, like, Pepsi, like all these crazy Pepsi flavors. There was Pepsi Clear, And it was, I don't know, it was a really strange time.
So it looked like kind of.
It looked like Sprite. It was so weird. It tasted like Skittles or something. I don't know. It was very strange. I don't know.
It sounds like a weird combination.
It was kind of, I mean, I'm sure other kids loved it, but I was just like, I just like Coca-Cola or Coke Zero.
What's your favorite color?
I've always loved green. I don't know. I just always liked it when I was a kid. Of course, I love crimson for Alabama. I love Chelsea blue, but just like personal like favorite, I just like green a lot, like a olive, like a soft green.
Green is my favorite too.
Really?
Also UAB.
Nice.
So.
Oh yeah. But
Green
no,
and gold.
I like green. What's yours?
I don't really have one.
You don't have
I
one, like all the
know.
colors.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Yes, Mom.
What's your favorite candy?
I love Kit Kats.
Kit Kats are good.
Yeah.
Especially like in Halloween when the orange ones come out. Have you tried those? It's like or like the white chocolate ones or like the orange chocolate ones. I don't know. They're
white,
so
white
good.
chocolate.
The white chocolate ones
Yeah.
are so good. But I love Kit Kats so much. And also Reese's, but like the shapes taste better than the cups.
yeah.
So like when the pumpkins come out and the hearts at Valentine's Day and the Christmas trees, like I like the Reese's that are in shapes.
I like Twix also when they're in the refrigerator and cold.
I haven't tried them in the fridge. Okay, I need to try that.
Good.
And Trolley, those gummy worms.
Oh yeah,
those.
gummy worms. I like chocolatey sweets more than like the gummy and like soury sweets. Like I like the chocolate more savory stuff. But
Yes, Mom.
it's all good.
Do you have
Sour-
any? Do you
I was gonna say Sour Patch watermelons though they're fire.
Sour Patch is pretty good. It's like kind of sour and.
But they're not too bad. They're not too bad
Yeah.
though.
Yes, Mom. I don't like very sour things. It's like it also makes my teeth feel weird.
Oh.
Yeah. And you gotta go brush them after.
Like if you eat a lot of apples and it's like
Yeah,
Oh,
it
it's
does.
so-
Like the acid, or I
so
don't know what it is.
bittery kind of
Yeah.
almost after a lot.
No, I get that.
Do you have anything else to say for the guests watching?
I'm honored to be on Chelsea Talks. So excited to see what you guys do with season 2. I just think Miss English is doing an awesome job with you guys, and you guys are doing so great running this and producing this and getting everything ready. This is really, really cool. I think this is huge for Chelsea Middle School. So thank you guys for letting me be part of it. I hope I did okay.
Thank you for being here at Chelsea Middle
Of course. Thank you guys.
We're lucky to have you.
Well, thank you.
And thank you for being here on Chelsea Talks. And
Bye, guys. Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Was I waving to the right camera?